Hello, kia ora, g'day. I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube. Thanks for joining us for our Australia forecast for the rest of this week and the coming weekend. The main area of low pressure is out here in the Tasman Sea. So if you live anywhere along the eastern side of Australia, from New South Wales down to Tasmania, the forecast is getting a little bit repetitive with those southerly winds blowing through, cloud and showers, and some rain brushing those eastern areas. That's the reason why you're seeing it cooler. This is a temperature map as well, and you can see the green and the lighter yellow shows that the temperatures are down in those areas. So a big cooler change spreading all the way up into Queensland. And on the other side, there's another south to southwesterly change moving in, and that's why the temperatures are down here. Warmest weather, obviously, in the orange shading. Here's how we look at the end of Tuesday, showing some wet weather around the country. So the low is still out to the east, still have that colder airflow skirting past the eastern side of the country. And it's worth noting the airflow around Tasmania and the southern eastern part of Victoria is actually coming from around south of New Zealand, down around the Auckland Islands. So colder winds moving in. That does start to change a wee bit on Tuesday, but this low is stuck here all week. So the main feature really probably South Australia getting some wet weather this week. Great news because it's missed out a number of times over the last few weeks. Now it looks as though this central part of South Australia has a better chance of rain and showers. But here on Tuesday, most of it is over in Western Australia, heaviest falls in the coast, but you will still see a few thunderstorms and a few heavy showers forming as that cooler airflow mixes coming out from the Southern Ocean and mixing with the warmer desert airflow. By Wednesday, still got that line of showers across parts of Central Australia, but you can see South Australia is getting the main rain. So it's a proper cold southerly coming through. Wintry weather, in fact, for some of you. It's going to be windy and cold out on Kangaroo Island, Adelaide. It'll be windy at the airport with the sou'wester blowing in. Makes for landing nice and easy. Come straight on in if you're flying from Sydney or Melbourne. And that southerly change goes all the way up, probably from about Ceduna towards Adelaide. And then further to the east, it's a milder airflow, north to northwesterly winds coming in here for parts of New South Wales and Victoria, and mostly dry in Tasmania again, except for that showery eastern side. On Thursday, let's start in the top of the country. Nothing to talk about, but it's nice and easy to talk about, that's why. Not much going on. A light easterly flow, plenty of sunshine around Queensland, and not as hot and humid, although still fairly warm obviously, but not as humid in these northern parts. High pressure returns to Western Australia. Still a few isolated showers in the north there, won't be much. But in the thick of it, you guessed it, Adelaide is still getting the bulk of the rain and the coldest portion of that airflow coming in. The blue line that you see here shows colder airflows all within that zone. It means that basically, rather than it being a cold southerly that you just feel on the surface of the planet, this is such a big cold change, takes a bite out of the entire atmosphere. So higher up in the skies, you're also feeling it. So that means snow, possibly along the mountains. In fact, I think it will be likely. May not be a huge amount, but some snow coming through for you. But rainfall in those areas. If you're in the pale blue, may not be very much, 5, 6, 7 millimeters. Further down, could be getting 10, 15 to 20 millimeters. Here's hoping you get some of that. Into Friday, still a few showers lingering in South Australia, not so much though. High pressure zone coming back in again. That kind of flattens the clouds, makes them a bit smaller, and the showers become more drizzly. There's a windy nor'wester building ahead of the next cold front for Western Australia, but the main headline on Friday will be the colder portion coming in to the southeastern corner right here. And that means snow again on the tops of the hills and mountains and ranges. Might even be a light dusting of snow on some of the ranges in southern parts of Tasmania. That windy southerly carries on straight into Sydney and Canberra. You're getting it as well. Temperatures are down. The further north you go, the sunnier the skies, and an easterly drives in a few showers here. Cairns northwards getting those. And into Saturday, finally, that low out around the Tasman drifts a little bit more towards New Zealand, but it still remains a southerly in these eastern areas, but you might notice the sun starting to appear later on. This is a big block of high pressure coming in here right over the top of South Australia, moving into Victoria later on. But the main headline for Saturday, the cold change coming in here to the southwestern corner of Western Australia. Wintry, wet, windy for you as we go through Saturday. All the W's. And then we go through to Sunday, that cold front moves across all the southern areas here through the wheat belt. You'll be getting some rain. I know you need it. Moves over towards South Australia later into Sunday, but before that you'll get the windy, warm to hot north to northwesterly. It could be quite warm in some areas before that colder change comes on in. And that is all from me for this week. We'll be seeing you again, though, on Thursday. I shouldn't have said this week, for Monday. See you again on Thursday, where we'll take a closer look at your rainfall with the 7-day rainfall map as well. And hopefully we're seeing more wet weather thanks to systems like this one. But I've got to point out, it looks like high pressure off there in the Indian Ocean. So all eyes will be seeing what happens next. I'll see you again this Thursday.